It's George, and I'm back again. And I'm here to prove that whole space rocks make it to Earth. And I'm going to show you my evidence, what a person would call the smoking gun. But first, I'm going to show you some other bizarre, weird stuff that I found. Okay. Now, all these little bits and fragments metal pieces, metal fragments and stuff is from a debris field. You can look at this one, okay? It's rusted on the outside. This is pancake thin. It's rusted on this side, and it's got a little white center in the middle. But that's a bizarre rock that I've never seen before. People want to call them rocks, okay? Then we come over here. We got a weird purplish looking color. Bluish green. Pinkish white. And I'm not sure what color that is. A green and a yellow and whatever. And then there's this thing. But I know that this got hot because it's all melted. And you can tell by looking at these things. You know, I don't care if people want to think what they want to think. You don't get rocks like these. They're just hideous and unnatural. This one, I'm not even sure some of the colors on some of this stuff. But rocks like, you know, okay, this is this. So, well, what is that that's on the end of it? But they're totally bizarre. And like I said, there's a lot of rust on some of the outsides of some of these rocks. And here's a red one. It's a brighter red when it's in the water. And you got stuff like this. And this got hot. This got hot at one point in time. Because all this stuff melted. It melted together. This is a weird one. It sparkles quite a bit on the outside. It's got a lot of sparkle to it, but it's got heated, burnt, and this stuff melted, but it didn't destroy the rock. Then you got this weird looking one. It looks like it's got layers. Now we'll go over here. We're getting to the really, really, really bizarre stuff. That's kind of weird, bit of bizarre, unique thing. Blue, gray, white, or blue, gray, white, yellow, green. You know, bizarre looking stuff, bizarre looking colors. That's like this one. Really weird purplish looking rock I've ever seen. I'm not sure what this is. And this one. But you can see what I go through when I pull them out of the creek. They almost look like glass. But this one got hot, and this melted too. but it's a tannish color. And then there's this one. Looks like it has little baby rocks in it. I would swear that this would be what concrete would look like when you mix it up, but concrete isn't this color. All these weird colors in it. It's totally different, and so many different small colored rocks inside a colored rock. Now there's this one, and this is what it looks like before I stick it in the water. Okay, it's rusted, and this is some kind of bluish green. But that's what it looks like, and I showed one of those the other day. It's like a I don't know. It's like a dark bluish green. You know, I've never seen stuff like this in my lifetime. Then there's this one. But this one's as hard as metal. But it's all bumpy, and it's still a little bit black from being burned. Now, I'm going to show you how I know, okay? Because I pulled enough of these rocks. I found two other ones like this, but they were really too small to be able to show people for them to get the picture. I've got 3 rocks here, but before I show you the smoking gun one, I'm going to show you this one. And this one did go through the mesosphere. It broke up like this, and the inside part was about ready to come out. But you can see where it's all fractured around it. And at first I thought this might be a rock having a baby. I don't know. But this is round. This is a round rock inside. But all this fracturing and stuff is where it came off. It didn't get a chance to finish breaking all the way up and burn down to a little fraction of a meteorite. This one was another weird one. But I'm more in not being able to find some of these colors that are on these rocks. I can't find them on other earth rocks. Now, with that being said, here comes the one, and I'm going to give a little bit of a lesson. Ta-da-da-da-da-da. This is what a rock looks like when it goes through the mesosphere. This is a meteor. Not a meteorite. This is a meteor. It's a whole rock. You follow it around. The lines go all the way around it. This is black. This is the old fusion crust. This thing's been laying around for about 150 years. Okay, so it's not going to be completely black. But you can see where it is black in certain spots. It's got a little bit of rust on it because it has metal in it. It's magnetic. But you follow this rock completely around the whole way. You got all these lines in here. That's not done by any volcano. That's done by the friction in the mesosphere. And I have 2 or 3 other ones like this, but they're smaller. This is the one I was waiting to find. Now, how do I know? Because on this side, there's no lines whatsoever. On this side, there are no lines whatsoever in this rock, which means the rock was traveling like this when it came through the mesosphere. And the friction put all those lines in. But the lines go completely around the rock. Not just on one side and just on the other or just on part of a side. The rock would have been tumbling like this through the mesosphere, and the friction would have put all these lines into it. Now, a person doesn't have to believe me if they don't want. I spent almost 5 years studying these, looking stuff up. And a lot of the stuff that I have here, volcanoes don't make. So I'm left with the only option that I know of, and the only option that I know of is I have found a meteorite debris field. And if my searching is correct, I believe it's from 1833 because the rocks are still in pretty good shape. But a lot of people don't know where I live, what the conditions are and everything. I can't go into everything and explain everything. But it is what it is. And until somebody really wants to challenge everything that I got here, they're more than welcome to it. I welcome anybody. And that's all I have to say for this video.